Ringo Starr, born Richard Starkey on July 7, 1940, in the working-class neighborhood of Dingle, Liverpool, faced many obstacles in his early years. He grew up in a household marked by hardship, with his parents' marriage dissolving when he was just 4 years old. His mother, Elsie, became his primary caregiver, fiercely protective of him as he dealt with several severe health issues. At the age of 6, a routine appendectomy went wrong, leaving Ringo hospitalized for over a year. It was during this time that he first discovered his love for music, tapping rhythms on hospital furniture to pass the time. Despite the challenges, Ringo's early experiences set the foundation for the resilience and determination that would carry him through life, eventually making him a pivotal figure in one of the most influential bands in music history. A growing passion for music. Ringo's early years in Liverpool were spent in a tough environment, with the streets filled with petty crime and economic hardship. But despite these challenges, music became a constant source of comfort and escape. After recovering from tuberculosis in 1953, Ringo's love for rhythm only deepened. He began practicing on makeshift instruments like biscuit tins and anything he could find to create beats. While his mother remarried and tried to rebuild their life, Ringo's musical path was taking shape. His stepfather, Harry Graves, introduced him to big band music, fostering his growing passion for drumming. In the rough and tumble streets of Liverpool, Ringo's focus on music and rhythm would be the lifeline that kept him moving forward despite the many struggles he faced. The spark of a musical journey. While working various jobs to make ends meet, Ringo's commitment to drumming never wavered. He spent his free time practicing and even formed a band with a friend, Roy Trafford. Their early performances were part of the skiffle craze, a genre that blended folk and jazz. Ringo's love for music led him to experiment with rhythms, using whatever objects were available to create sound. His breakthrough came on Christmas Day in 1957, when his stepfather gifted him his first drum kit, a modest second-hand set. This gift marked the beginning of Ringo's commitment to drumming, and his performances began to gain recognition in local Liverpool clubs. As Ringo honed his skills, his growing musicality and rhythm became integral to his future, forming the band Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. Ringo's path as a musician grew more serious when he joined Al Caldwell's Texans in 1959, which later became known as Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. It was during this time that he adopted his now famous stage name, Ringo Starr, inspired by the rings he wore and the catchy nature of the name. The band gained local popularity and soon began performing at Butlin's Holiday Camp in Wales, a key location for rising bands. Ringo's time with Rory Storm and the Hurricanes marked a crucial period in his life, filled with musical exploration and performances. It was also during this period that Ringo first encountered the Beatles in Hamburg, Germany, when they were still an up-and-coming band. Little did he know, this would set the stage for his future with the Beatles, Beatlemania, the rise of Ringo Starr. As Beatlemania swept the world in 1963, Ringo Starr's infectious charm and humor became key elements of the Beatles' identity. His easygoing nature and warmth provided a balance to the intense fame and pressure surrounding the band. His drumming, marked by its emphasis on groove and feel rather than technical precision, became central to the Beatles' sound. Ringo's public image as the fun Beatle endeared him to millions of fans. The Beatles' appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964 marked a historic moment. As 73 million Americans watched the band perform live for the first time, Ringo's presence on stage, with his signature smile and energy, helped cement his status as more than just the drummer of the Beatles, but as a cherished figure in music history. Challenges during success. Tensions within the Beatles. Despite his newfound fame, Ringo faced personal challenges during the height of Beatlemania. In 1964, he had to miss several concerts due to a bout of tonsillitis, leading to concerns among fans in the band. As the years went on, Ringo found the constant touring and internal pressures of the band increasingly difficult. Recording landmark albums like Revolver and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was filled with creative tension, especially between John Lennon and Paul McCartney. By the time the White Album sessions took place in 1968, Ringo became frustrated with the band's dynamics and briefly left. However, after receiving an olive branch from George Harrison, he returned to complete the album. These moments of personal strain were a reflection of the growing internal friction within the Beatles, Post-Beatles, a new beginning. When the Beatles officially broke up in 1970, Ringo Starr, like the other members, embarked on a new journey. He quickly found success as a solo artist, with hits like It Don't Come Easy and photographs showcasing his talent beyond the drums. Ringo's solo career, which included collaborations with former Beatles members, proved that he could thrive without the band. His 1973 self-titled album, featuring contributions from John Lennon, George Harrison, and Paul McCartney, solidified his place as a respected solo artist. Ringo also ventured into television, narrating Thomas and Friends and starring in Shining Time Station, introducing his warmth and humor to a new generation of fans. The formation of Ringo Starr and his all-star band. In 1989, Ringo Starr formed Ringo Starr and his all-star band, a collaborative musical project that brought together various musicians and allowed Ringo to perform alongside artists he admired. The band's concerts showcased not only Beatles classics, but also Ringo's solo hits. With his unique drumming style and engaging personality at the forefront, these performances brought Ringo's legacy full circle, proving that his contributions to music were far-reaching and lasting. Ringo's creativity, musical sensitivity, and innovation earned him numerous accolades, including induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and recognition as one of Rolling Stone's greatest drummers. Personal life. A balanced life beyond fame. Ringo Starr's personal life was just as important to him as his music career. He married Maureen Cox in 1965, and they had 3 children before divorcing in 1975. Ringo later remarried Barbara Bach in 1981. And the couple built a life together that balanced public appearances with private moments. Ringo's family often accompanied him on tour, with his children and grandchildren becoming a vital part of his life. Despite the pressures of fame, Ringo maintained a grounded lifestyle, adopting a vegetarian diet, practicing meditation, and promoting peace and love in his personal and professional life. His journey was not just about the music, but about building meaningful relationships and living with authenticity. Reflecting on the Beatles' breakup. In his later years, Ringo has reflected on the Beatles' breakup, offering insights into the tensions that led to the dissolution of the band. He acknowledges that the late 1960s were a time of increasing personal and creative conflict, exacerbated by external pressures, including John Lennon's relationship with Yoko Ono. Despite these challenges, Ringo emerged with a sense of clarity and resilience, finding a renewed purpose in his solo career. He has often spoken candidly about the pain of the band's end, but also about the lessons he learned from those difficult years. His ability to adapt and move forward reflects his deep sense of personal strength and commitment to his own happiness. Ringo Starr's enduring legacy. Ringo Starr's legacy is one of creativity, warmth, and resilience. As a member of the Beatles and a solo artist, his contributions to music continue to inspire generations. Honors such as his knighthood and recognition as one of the greatest drummers of all time are matched by his humility and unwavering dedication to his craft. Even at 84, Ringo continues to tour and engage with fans, demonstrating that his love for music and connection with people is as strong as ever. His influence, both musical and personal, remains profound, and his journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, passion, and a steady rhythm in the face of life's challenges.